So the R34 arrived safely to my homie shop. As you could tell by the title of the video, we're going to end up swapping the R34 GTT quarter panels and throwing on the R34 GTR quarter panels. So this is going to be episode 1 of this video. Luckily for me, while I was at work, a local auto glass shop came to remove the rear glass and the quarter glasses. Huge shout out to S&M Auto Glass for that. And I know what you guys are thinking. Yes, I'm going to move that rear windshield now. It is expensive. It is scary that it could break there. So I'm going to go ahead and move this so we can get this work started. To get this project started, we got to remove the rear speaker cover, rear seats, and of course the front seats. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that. So after about an hour's worth of work, the tail lights are off. We also got the rear speaker cover off here. The rear seats are off. And let me show you guys, the front seats are off as well. We also got these molding, this trim molding off of it already. I think some of it was off. We also need to get this latch off in order for us to pull those panels off, but that won't be till later on. Yes, the interior is a complete mess right now. Carpet we're actually going to leave in. I know it's better to remove it, and I'm probably going to regret this later, but we're just going to end up leaving the carpet in. Probably just cover it with some welding blankets as we weld. As you can see here, we got all the trunk interior removed. We removed anything that would obstruct our view or that could potentially catch fire. So we just decided to remove the whole trunk interior. I will actually be replacing this GTT trunk with the GTR trunk due to 2 reasons, which one being is that they covered up the third brake light hole with fiberglass. I mean, I could easily remove the fiberglass down the edge and it'll be fine. Also, another reason is that the GTT wing has different holes than the GTR wing from what I've heard, and I want to run the GTR wing without having to drill extra holes, etc. Before we continue this, let me give you guys an update of what we've done so far. So we took out the side skirts, the trunk. We've been grinding down the window glue. I forgot what you call it exactly, but took all this off with the easiest way to do it is do it with the razor blade first, get most of it off, and then with the paint grinder, just grind off all the paint, the extra glue that's on there, so that way you could see the spot welds pretty clear. So we did that all through here. As you can see, this quarter panel has been replaced before. You can see a little bit of Bondo. As you guys can see, this mark right here, this is where it was cut before. On this side, it was cut right here, straight across all the way up here. Kind of see it there. So we're just gonna follow those lines when we cut, and then we're gonna go ahead and try to get the exact same measurements on the other side. This camera just keeps going blurry. Unfortunately, this quarter panel was rolled. Now we got to flatten this out with some metalworking tools. We'll do that once we remove the quarter panel. We'll try to flatten it out as best as we could. We're going to continue drilling. From here on out, I'm going to try my best to record the whole process. It's kind of hard with me being the one person, and my phone's battery is really low, so it's charging. So I can't really do the time lapse right now on that. And the camera battery I just want to save just to keep giving you guys updates. Got to keep on drilling all the spot welds out. Once all the spot welds are drilled out, we're going to go ahead and tape and cut. Once we cut, we should be able to remove this quarter panel. We do still have to remove this one right here. I believe there's a spot weld there also. Homie Hossy's working on that side. I'm working on this side. Started drilling out some right there, down there. It's a little bit time consuming. For sure, it's going to be worth it at the end of the day. We're getting there. It's not that bad. It's a little bit time consuming. As you can see, like, we already did a lot of work just today. Let me just show you guys. Now this right here gets me excited. Already coming off right here. So it's about 9 p.m. We got most of the spot welds drilled out. So there's about 16 down there, 2 there, a bunch here. We're going to cut about here, so we only drilled up to here. There's one hidden one here under that latch. We got all these here. I got all these already. There's one right here, another one here, 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. 2 underneath there that you have to get in order to split from this bottom layer here. There's 3 right here. There's 1 up here, 3 off here. So this is already split, as you can see. And then you just follow them along all the way down. So all these are done. There's 1 right here, a bunch right here. The only ones we need to get now are the ones inside of the wheel well here. The fender was rolled. I had to pull it out, so it's kind of jacked up, but I'm going to use that toolkit there to flatten it out, make the metal straight again. I believe after I drill this one out, it should be good to come off after we cut the top pieces here. So we're gonna call it a night. We're gonna come back, roll those out, cut the panels, pull them out. This quarter panel should now come off unless there are spot welds on the gas tank, which we doubt. This is loose. I got seam sealer around this edge. We knocked it down with the spatula. What do you call this? Spatula?
Spatula.
There's another word for it. Whatever. Took out the seam sealer. This thing is now free for the most part. Look at this one right here. Woo! Damn. What did we get ourselves into? I quit. Damn, this is crazy. Let's put on the new one. There's one right here. This is crazy. This is surreal. So you guys saw that I took off the driver quarter panel. We gotta prep and cut this new one, mock it up there, the wheel well, connect it to that quarter panel. We'll connect it to both connect each one to each quarter panel, clamp it on there, mock up the quarter panel, weld a few pieces on there to have it sit where we need it to sit, then extend the wheel well. But we do have both rear quarter panels off already, and this is barely day 3. First day worked on it like maybe 2 hours, removing the interior. Second day we drilled out a bunch of the spot welds, and we worked on it for about 4 hours yesterday, so it's 7 hours. Today we've worked on it maybe about 3 to 4, so about 10 hours worth of work so far removing these quarter panels. And it would have took a lot longer if I didn't have my homie helping me out. Probably double the time to do these rear quarters. But yeah, now the rear quarters are cut evenly, so now we just got to prep these, cut the wheel well, get that piece, clamp it onto there, put the quarter panel on, weld a few tabs to keep that in place, take the clamps off, remove the quarter panel, weld a piece to extend this. Once that's welded, seal everything up nice, grind everything down, remove all the rust you could see, surface rust. Once we do that, we should be able to get the panels in. Man, I just can't wait to mock up these quarter panels and just see how much wider this thing looks. This thing's gonna be insane. But I will go over all the spot welds with you guys right now, just in case you guys are trying to do this. That way you guys know exactly where each and every one is. But it will be different if your quarter panels have been replaced. I'm just gonna run along. You guys could pause it at any time just to show you guys all the spot welds. There's 2 right here. I accidentally drilled through the whole thing here. There's one hidden right here. And this is the OEM side. This quarter panel hasn't been replaced before. There's one right here, one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's one right here, one on the side, and all across the wheel well here, down into there. So we got 1, 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got a bunch along there. Come down all the way down, and then you got to split this panel open and make sure you get these here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 here, 5 actually. There's 5. Again, you got to split this panel up, get these in here, and there's nothing here, but there is here, of course, around the window. And those are all the spot welds. The thing is, you guys saw in the video, you got to take a scraper, the edge of a scraper, cut the seam sealer Once you do that, you'll be able to pull this panel off. So this one does have a lot more holes than the other side, and it was a little bit tougher to find all the spot welds on this side. Quarter panel has been replaced. Doesn't really look like there's damage to the frame as far as I can see. So I'm guessing what ended up happening was the quarter panel got smashed or something happened to the old quarter panel, but all this frame was and is intact. So thank God that really nothing happened to that. Now we got to clean all this up, clean up those, cut a little bit higher, mock them up, see where we need to cut, measure 10 times, cut once. Once the wheel wells are extended, we'll clean everything up, make sure we do some weld through primer, and this thing should be ready to go on. All this work, but at the end of the day, it'll be worth it.